Hello and welcome to Patch Notes, your weekly show for the video game news you need to know about. My name is Cesar Torres,
Hi, I'm Gage.
and let's jump into your weekly Patch Notes. It's the first episode of the new year. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you're finding us for the first time. We usually do stuff here, but we do stuff elsewhere as well. For example, we do have a Twitter account at Patch Notes Vids on Twitter, and it's been like kind of empty because we only upload when we upload. So I'm gonna try to upload like daily news stories, such as just little pictures, images, just so you can get the quick brief understanding of what's going on, so when you come here you know what to expect. So that's what's going to be happening on the Twitter, but also we do other podcasts as well. Me and McKenna, for example, we do some stuff over at Simply Sassy, such as Out of Our League, and we're going to be doing a bunch of other stuff this year too. But we do stuff there. McKenna, you got some other podcasts you do, right?
I have a few. I dabble. You like movie reviews? Check out HBO Max, HBO MAKS. You like sports? Check out Short Sports. We're on an indefinite hiatus, but you know what? There's episodes. There are quality.
They might come back.
episodes
They
up.
might come back. McKenna and I also occasionally guest, McKenna more than I, on our friend Aces Wild podcast.
Yes, the Aces Wild podcast. Check it out. Jose Ruckus.
So yes, we don't really pimp our stuff as much as we should, but yeah, you should check us out on wherever else you can find us. Hey, McKenna and Gage.
Hello.
Hi.
Today is January 23rd, 2022. It's the first episode of the new year.
Whoa!
You know what today is?
1, 2, 3. Well, at least for how we write dates.
Correct.
The correct way.
The correct way. The correct way. Exactly.
It is also National Pie Day.
We're talking the number or the food?
The food.
Oh. What pies are you guys gonna eat today?
Depends. Maybe a good strawberry pie. I like strawberry, or maybe apple pie.
Good choice.
Because nothing's more classic than an apple pie.
I'm not a big fan of pie. I'm not gonna lie. I don't hate it. It's just it's never really been my thing, honestly.
Your thing? No. What about you? What kind of pie are you gonna get, McKenna?
All of them.
Uh-huh.
I'm a big pie person. Let me tell you what. I've recently gotten into pies.
Oh.
And you know what? Big fan.
Remember back in November of last year when Xbox announced that they would be reevaluating their partnership with Activision Blizzard after all of those sexual harassment and assault allegations that came out? Well, it seems that they have finally reached their verdict. On Tuesday, January 18th, it was announced that Xbox is going to be buying the company known for Call of Duty, Overwatch, and doing the bare minimum for their employees' well-beings, Activision Blizzard. This is a deal that was reported to be worth upwards of $68.7 billion with a B. After this deal closes, that means Xbox will own Call of Duty, Overwatch, Diablo, Warcraft, Candy Crush, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and Crash Bandicoot. And in case you forgot, last year, Xbox also bought ZeniMax Media, or more commonly known as Bethesda. After the Bethesda deal closed, it was announced that Xbox would honor any contracts the studios made before the merger, such as Deathloop by Arcane coming to PlayStation 5 first. But after all those deals are completed, ZeniMax and Bethesda games will be Xbox exclusives. So naturally, people were worried that their favorite franchise would become an Xbox exclusive, more specifically Call of Duty. Well, in the case of Call of Duty, don't worry. According to Xbox CEO Phil Spencer, quote, "Had good calls this week with leaders at Sony. I confirmed our intent to honor all existing agreements upon acquisition of Activision Blizzard and our desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. Sony is an important part of our industry and we value our relationship," end quote. So it seems that Call of Duty, for the time being, still has a future on PlayStation. But the same can't be said for the rest of Activision Blizzard's IPs, because apparently, as Paris Lilly said on Kinda Funny's Games Daily, you don't just spend $68.7 billion to keep things the same. As for the sexual harassment accusations at Activision Blizzard, from a CNBC interview with Phil Spencer and Robert Kotick, they didn't really say much about their plans, but apparently there are plans in place for before and after the merge closes to make the culture better for employees, according to Phil Spencer.
Big stuff happened in Xbox this week. How do you feel about the merger with Activision Blizzard, Gage?
This is something that it is both a good thing and also a terrifying thing at the same time.
Yeah.
The way Xbox and Phil Spencer and the team over there have been handling things over recent years does kind of give me high hopes that this could be very beneficial for the people at Activision Blizzard King to give them a much better, safer work environment. The thing that terrifies me is the fact that Activision Blizzard is one of the largest third-party publishers in the industry, and now they're owned by one of the console makers. And while, yes, it seems like Call of Duty is still good, Xbox being the company that has been so forward with when we all play, we all win, and that sort of thing, and now they're buying up another one of the biggest companies in gaming, I'm just worried that they're really going to be having a monopoly over the gaming industry, and that's going to just be catastrophic for everyone else, because now you're limiting the amount of games that could potentially come out on Nintendo, on PlayStation. And then there's going to be, I'm sure PlayStation right now is losing their minds trying to figure out, what do we try to make an offer on Electronic Arts? Do we try to get Ubisoft? Do we try to get Rockstar? Like,
I wouldn't even doubt if they tried to buy Crash Bandicoot back, because like that's an insane thing that Xbox owns now. Xbox owns a former PlayStation mascot.
Yeah, it's definitely it's going to be an interesting future for gaming, to say the least, just to see what happens with all of this big publisher acquisitions and exclusivity and stuff.
I think I'm on the same page as you, because it's like, on the one hand, it is a good thing in the sense that, like, these studios have financial stability now being under Microsoft. They don't have to work on Call of Duty and only Call of Duty, because as you may remember, Toys for Bob was working on like Call of Duty Online, even though they made awesome remasters of like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, which is like, that's clearly their bread and butter. So it's like, why would you put them to work on Call of Duty? And it seems like Xbox understands that these studios can work on better and bigger and better IPs than just Call of Duty.
Yeah, I agree.
The thing I struggle to understand is like, what is the culture going to be like? Because at these studios, because we've seen in Bethesda, Todd Howard, he's still there. Most of the leadership from Bethesda is still there. So what does that mean for Activision? Is Robert Kotick still going to be there? Is all the leadership that's treated their employees like shit and just done awful things that haven't been fired yet, are they still going to be there? I hope they just cycle them all out. But even then, there's no guarantee. And like you said, they're getting a monopoly. They're not there yet. But Activision Blizzard, because they own Call of Duty and also Candy Crush. Nobody really talks about Candy Crush. Those are two massive cash cows for the industry. And that's not even including like Warcraft or Overwatch. Those are all massive games for the industry that Xbox just owns. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting for sure.
I feel like that could also cause a lot of stagnation of the industry. If everything is owned by a single company, that's limiting the amount of competition necessary. Because obviously, the competition is kind of what helps breed excellence. Obviously, it can also breed, crunch and horrible things like that. But generally speaking, having big franchises competing, like, hey, we've got a Battlefield game, we've got a Call of Duty game, we've got Halo, we've got, we had Killzone, stuff like that. It helped. Yeah.
Xbox is trying to catch up to PlayStation.
Xbox owns basically everything too.
But like, as far as like game quality, they're trying to catch up to like PlayStation games, and clearly that's what they're trying to do. So the games for a while are going to be quality. But if they keep buying up studios, I feel like that's going to drop off.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm already kind of worried about the future of Xbox, even with the Bethesda and ZeniMax acquisition. That worried me because of franchises they already had in the works. Things like Obsidian's title. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the name, but it's Obsidian's Elder Scrolls-ish title. They Avowed. Avowed.
Yeah,
something like that. I was super excited for that, but now they have Elder Scrolls. So, like, that kind of worries me, because now I just want to play Elder Scrolls 6. I'm not as excited for Obsidian's title because they have Bethesda's title. So but at the same time, on the flip side, Obsidian made Fallout New Vegas, which was an incredible game, which could potentially mean that they could work on future Fallout and Elder Scrolls games. So there's there's so many good things that could happen and so many bad things that can happen.
Yeah, it's a problem.
It's hard to, it's kind of hard to tell where we're gonna be. If you would have asked me before all this stuff happened a couple years ago, I probably would have said, "Oh, in a few years we're gonna see big games with, maybe some cool revolutionary titles come out from all these studios." Now I'm at the point where I have no idea what's gonna happen. Like, are we gonna see any of these big franchises come out soon? Are they gonna be exclusives? Are they gonna be multi-platform?
Yeah.
Are they gonna cancel certain games because now they have other franchises that they don't need anymore? Like,
yeah, it's interesting because
yeah.
Activision is a studio that has a lot of dead IP. For example, Guitar Hero, or
oh my god, can you imagine?
One of the weirder ones is like Skylanders.
Prototype.
Yeah, they've got a lot of weird dead IPs that it's like, I feel like in some way or fashion, Xbox is gonna try to bring back, but with a different studio. Like, I would not be surprised if they got like Double Fine to work on a Skylanders game or something.
Wow, that's actually that would be a good. That'd be a good studio to work on Skylanders.
Yeah, I don't see it happening because Double Fine does their own thing. I wouldn't be surprised if like Rare made like some sort of multiplayer game with an Activision IP or something. I can't think of anything. But Rare does Sea of Thieves, so I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to do something with like Tony Hawk or something. I have no idea. As far as what the future Xbox and Activision have, I'm optimistic and not really. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess.
Yeah.
It seems that NFTs will be in the future of the gaming space. Last year, we saw big steps in the NFT space, such as Ubisoft announcing Quartz to even the CEO of EA, Andrew Wilson, saying NFTs and play-to-earn games are the future of our industry. Other people have weighed in on NFTs last year, such as Xbox CEO Phil Spencer, saying most NFTs today feel more exploitive than about entertainment. That was 2021. That was last year, baby. Let's get into the new year, 2022, because since then, more people have weighed in on NFTs, so let's get into it. To start off, the president of Square Enix, Yosuke Matsuda, wrote a letter on New Year's expressing how he understands people have a distaste for NFTs and blockchain games, saying, "I understand that some people who play to have fun and who currently form the majority of players have voiced their reservations towards these new trends, and understandably so. However, I believe that there will be a certain number of players whose motivation is to play to contribute, by which I mean to help make the game more exciting. I believe that the new technologies and concepts that I have discussed and the changes that they bring to our business environment will provide us with numerous opportunities to enrich people's lives through digital entertainment, which is at the core of our business." Which is a weird way to say that he wants to reward players for user-generated content. Along with this, Sega has announced that they are experimenting with NFTs but are not afraid to cancel plans if they need to, saying, quote, "We need to carefully assess many things, but if it is perceived as simple money making, I would like to make a decision not to proceed." Along with all of this, voice actor Choice Baker announced that he is selling an NFT of his voice, and that received a lot of backlash after it came out that Voiceverse, the company selling Baker's NFT, was stealing voices from a different service without permission. A lot has happened, and it's still January. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of NFTs and blockchain stories this year in the gaming industry. What do you think? Are you excited for NFTs and blockchain games? Please let me know. You guys know the Pope, right?
I'm aware.
Very well.
Pope
well.
Francis?
Close personal friend.
Well, recently during a mass at the Vatican, I think it was the Vatican, I don't remember, but recently at a mass the Pope was doing, they usually like to have performances because it's the Pope. It's a big deal. This last week, there was a circus performing for the Pope. And you may be wondering why I'm talking about a circus performing for the Pope on a video game show. Well, they played a song.
Oh, God. Oh,
from
no.
a very popular video game.
No.
Do you know what the song is?
I saw this. I didn't watch it, but I saw the headline.
Gage, can you guess what the song is?
Oh, there's so many. Does it have to do with Undertale?
They played Megalovania for the Pope. And it's so fascinating because this isn't the only time the Pope has had an interaction with Undertale. Because if you remember a few years ago, Matt Pat from the YouTube channel Game Theory or game theorists, I think it is, gave the Pope a copy of Undertale.
Pope has history with Undertale.
The Pope unfortunately has history with Undertale.
Do you think you played it?
I hope, but I kind of hope he didn't. I hope he played the genocide route. You know what I mean? Like I hope he did that. I love that we live in a world where a circus decided to play funny skeleton music for the Pope.
Love's a strong word.
Thank you for checking out this week's episode of Patch Notes. It's good to be back in the new year.
You can find me over on Twitter at GF2Cool or at Simply Sassy Vids.
Again, you can follow us on social media at PatchNotesVids on Twitter. You can follow me at Caesar Towers on Twitter. Follow McKenna at PotterPants212. Thank you for checking out this week's episode, and be sure to check in next time when we give you your weekly Patch Notes.